Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, know that I appreciate you. It is, what day is it? It is Wednesday, October 10th, 2018. And I'm going to try to be really quick as usual. But something was confirmed for me today, which I kind of already knew. Well, I did already know it, but it was confirmed. Sorry. I'm trying to let a little air in here. I knew it already, but it was confirmed that one of the things that I don't like to do, I'll start with this. One of the things that I don't like to do is when I'm filling out an application for a job and they ask for a salary range, or a salary that you might, be interested in, I don't like to put that down. And I don't like to put that down because it has the potential to box you out of a position that you really like. So typically when I am asked that question on an application, if I'm forced to do it, if I have the ability to put a range, I'll do that. I'll put my base and my cap. It's a wide range, so that doesn't hopefully box me out of too much. If I am forced to do it and it doesn't allow me to do a range and I have to put an actual single dollar amount, I put my base. I put my base because the hope is that at the very least my base is what is being offered or something very close to it. And I won't tell you my base, but I'll tell you a number. I'll give you a number that's really close to it. 40,000. If at all possible, I don't put anything in. If it's not a required entry, I don't put anything in. And it was confirmed for me today that it actually does box you out. I confirmed in writing. And I've seen all over social media how so many people don't like to put the salary range down or a salary down because they fear it will box them out of an opportunity. And then I've seen the rebuttal where people say, well, we have to ask. And this is the rebuttal's coming from HR professionals. We have to ask because it's what our client is requiring of us. And that's typically true, but not in every case. And I'm saying that because I used to work in HR briefly. And I mean, directly working in HR. And then I've worked with HR points, aspects. So I know a little bit about human resources and what's required and things of that nature. But it was confirmed for me today in writing because, as most of you know, I do have a full-time job. I'm not doing anything with any of my consulting businesses right now, other than research, because I need to do that as well as get some personal things straight before I can focus on my own business. So I am looking for full-time work. I have a job. I like my job for the most. I like my job. But two things that I'm looking for in other employment is a better salary and better benefits. I have a salary and I have benefits, but the salary is minimal. I haven't made this little in so very long. So very long. Even when I take that back. When I was unemployed and only working contract. And when I say unemployed, I mean I did not have a stable, steady income coming in. I was only working contract. as an administrative support professional. That was the last time I made this much money. And I did that for 3 years. I did that for 3 years. And in some cases, that money ended up being more than what I'm making now. And the benefits that I have, although they're good benefits, they are expensive benefits. So expensive that I can't carry my husband. And he needs health benefits. So that's what I'm looking for with a full-time gig. Better pay, better benefits. So I've been looking, and one of the jobs that I applied for, and most of them I will say don't get back to me, but this one was actually kind enough personally to get back to me, and I appreciated that. But she got back to me to say that although they really do like my years of experience and my skill sets, they could not consider me for the position because it was considerably, my salary base, my salary requirements was considerably higher than what they're paying for this position. Now, as I said, I'm not going to give you my base, but I'll give you a number close. 40,000. The position was for an assistant to their HR executive. So if 40,000 is considerably higher than what they want to pay this person who is the assistant to the HR executive, that I am afraid to ask what the salary actually is, because what I make currently isn't enough for what I do. And yes, I know that so many people say that they don't make what they think that they're worth. And in some cases that's true, in some cases it's not so true. In my case, it's absolutely true. And I tell you why. Because the last job that I had full-time with benefits was $20,000 more than my base. And I've given you a fictitious number for my base of 40. And I don't understand. And when we moved, when my husband and I, when we moved to Texas, we moved because we knew the cost of living was less expensive than Chicago. And we can appreciate that. With that, we also knew that the salary ranges would be less than what they are in Chicago. And even though we didn't care too much for that, we understood it, and we were willing to accept it to a degree because we knew that somehow, in most cases, it would balance out between the cost of living and the salary. Well, that's not necessarily a benefit in this case. It's not necessarily a benefit in this case. And I feel sorry for the person that they do hire, because if me saying that 40,000 is my bottom, and you're telling me it's significantly higher than what you're paying this person, I don't understand what kind of candidate they're looking for. It cannot be someone with anywhere close to the years of experience that I have or skill sets that I have. It has to be someone that is more entry level or just above entry level. That's what I'm thinking. And I feel for that person because they'll more than likely take that job because they need a job. Just as I took this job that I have currently because I needed a job. And it's not difficult. It's not easy to live on what I currently make. And this confirmation today just more ammunition, more fuel for me to get back into doing my own thing for myself. So that absolutely is coming soon. I absolutely will be getting back into the whole coaching thing for myself, because if this is any true indication of what it's going to look like for the rest of my time here in Texas working for someone else, I am not going to be able to survive. I'm just not going to be able to survive. But I am so very glad that she confirmed what I already thought. I'm so very glad that she did that. And I did respond to her and thanked her for getting back to me, because I did appreciate that. I just hate that that was confirmed. I needed the confirmation, but I hate that was confirmed, because that just, it's a sad narrative. It's a sad narrative. So yeah, that's pushing me to get back into the whole coaching thing. So now that I've given up the part-time so that I can dedicate more time to my thing, I will be doing that. I will be getting that off the ground. And I know I've said that several times before, and it seems like I'm just delivering lip service, but that's not the case. I'm actually working. I've got an actual course or webinar that I'm attending tonight, and I've started writing down ideas for certain things for the coaching, and just looking. I've been doing a lot of research. If I showed you my journals, my notebooks where I take all of this information down that I'm researching, and then the stuff that I actually look up and I print out, if I showed you all that information, you guys would flip. But I'm coming near the end of the research, and it's time for me to start putting into action. So yeah, it's coming. It really is. So you'll see from me on my professional channel, and that's the other thing, I'm revamping my website. I do have a website, but I don't advertise it right now because it needs a total overhaul, and I'm working on doing that right now as well. So you'll see coming from me soon on my professional website information about my spiritual life coaching, information about my customer service coaching, and then information about my writing coaching. So it's coming. This confirmation was just the kick in the tail that I needed, and yeah, it was just the kick in the tail I needed. For you to tell me that $40,000 or near there was significantly higher than what you're looking to pay this person that will be the direct assistant to your human resources executive, and not just the executive, but to the human resources department as a whole, which is something that I have done in the past. I have worked directly, supported directly the HR executive and the HR department as a whole, and made, in Chicago, of course, made $20,000 more. And I understand that in certain areas that's possible here. But I want certain things, and I'm not willing to make certain sacrifices. Some sacrifices must be made, and some don't have to be made. And traveling an hour away from home is not something that I'm willing to sacrifice. It's not something that I'm willing to do to get that $20,000 more. That's an hour of time that I don't have to waste. So I'm not going to do that. If I were to work in downtown Dallas for a large company, I could surely get that $20,000 or more per year. But why would I do that? why would I do that if I don't absolutely have to? And I say I don't absolutely have to because my stuff is coming soon. It's coming soon. And I know I've been saying it for months now, but the research is nearing the end. My stuff is coming soon. So with that, I've made it to one of my favorite places, just not my favorite location. And it looks to be packed in here. But I've made it to Wally World. And I need to go in and make an exchange or a return, one or the other. And then I'm going to head home to oh good, I don't have to back up too far. Sorry, got distracted looking at traffic, and yeah, this lighting sucks right now. But yeah, I'm gonna do this and then head home so that I can get some work done. With that, peace and blessings. Remember to walk in your purpose and know that I appreciate you.